And to get some more perspective on this, I want to bring in someone who can absolutely relate to Simone Biles. Groundbreaking former gymnast Dominique Dawes. She won 4 Olympic medals in 3 different Olympic Games, and she was the first African-American ever to win an individual medal in Olympic gymnastics. Dominique, it's an honor to talk to you. I remember watching you during those games and cheering for you. Thanks for giving us a few minutes tonight.
Yes, it's been 25 years since my Olympic gold medal run, and it's flown by.
What was your reaction when you heard the news today about Simone?
Well, when I got up this morning, I got a text message and someone had told me that Simone was no longer going to be competing in the team competition. And my first gut reaction was horror, thinking about a possible injury. The maneuvers that she does, they're extremely high risk, they're extremely difficult, and one slight wrong move could lead to a very bad injury. Then when I heard it was a little bit more of a mental block and possibly a mental issue, I then, not saying I felt relieved, but I was at least thankful that she did not injure herself. And then when I got the full picture that she made the decision to put her mental health and physical health first, she knew that it wasn't worth the risk that she was going to take to battle through this, knowing that it could possibly lead to an injury.
She said something really compelling earlier today. She said, quote, "At the end of the day, we're human too. We have to protect our mind and our body rather than just go out there and do what the world wants us to do." What do you make of that?
I think it's just very wise. She is a 24-year-old woman, a 2-time Olympic gymnast, and she is no longer a robot. A lot of Olympic gymnasts are robots, and we're told to do what they want us to do, and to push through the pain or to push through any pressure or emotional distress that we may feel, and to really ignore our voice. And I love the fact that Simone actually listened to her voice. She heard her voice, she listened to her voice, and she made a wise decision for her. Though she was concerned about what she could do if she stayed on the floor for the team, but she did do it for herself to step away and be the team's biggest cheerleader. And you can see that in the sidelines right now. I'm watching the competition in prime time, and I love how she's cheering them on. And even odd how the Americans are actually giving the Russians high fives and hugs during the competition. So this is a completely new generation of gymnasts.
And people forget along the context of being human. Let's not forget that she says she was a survivor of Dr. Nassar's sexual crimes. Then she became an outspoken critic of gymnastics for not doing enough to protect athletes from his horrific crimes. Her brother was arrested, but then later acquitted on murder charges stemming from an incident in Cleveland. She hasn't lost in more years than I can remember. Then there's COVID. She's in Tokyo, no fans, no family. And oh, by the way, she's 24 years old and being called the GOAT. Just talk about the pressure that you know as well to play and thrive at that level, with also being not just an athlete, but having a personal life too.
Well, I think the biggest thing to focus on is in 2016, when the scandal of Larry Nassar came forward, of the hundreds of young women, Simone included, that he sexually abused, it really started to shine the light on the big picture of the sport of gymnastics, and it opened up everyone's eyes to the unhealthy and very abusive culture. I've been very outspoken about it as well. There's a great deal of verbal, psychological, and physical abuse in the sport, and then, of course, with Larry Nassar, the sexual abuse. And I love that Simone has realized it's not just about sports anymore. It's really about changing the culture of the sport to help protect the next generation of gymnasts. So I admire that more about the GOAT right now. Not her athletic achievements, I think she's pretty phenomenal, but her being courageous and speaking out and demanding that there is change in a sport that both she and I love.
And lastly, do you think we'll see her again in this Olympics? And what do you think, how big a turning point is this potentially for the rest of her career? She's still so young.
Well, the advice that I would give her is to shut off the noise, the outside chatter, to turn off the media, to turn off advice from me, to no longer listen to what's going on in your peripheral, but really just listen to your heart. She knows what to do. She knows how to get the job done. But the outside voices and noises are distractions. She has a very strong faith in her Catholic faith. She has her mom and dad as a support system, her sister, and she has wonderful friends right there at the Olympic Games with her. So she has that support system that she needs. Lean on them, trust in them. And I hope to see her back on Thursday for the all-around competition.
I think we all do. Dominique, thanks so much for giving us some insight and some really unique perspective on this night. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.